In case you never played Valguero back in ASE, here's everything that you need to know about the Deinonychus, one of the most mobile and funnest creatures in Ark, in my opinion. And here's how to tame it and all of its abilities. It has gotten some upgrades. So to start off, they spawn in the White Cliffs area, and the way to tame them, as most of you probably know, is you just gotta find their nests. They don't always spawn with nests, but if you just look around the area, you'll find the little nests, little eggs in them. You have your egg. They don't take a whole lot to hatch up. I would just suggest like 5 or 6 standing torches. That worked for me just fine. One thing to note is that unlike wyverns, they don't get extra levels based on the fact that they don't get any taming levels, because you obviously aren't taming them, you're stealing their eggs. So they do need a saddle ride, as you would expect, and it is pretty cheap and only at level 30 when you unlock it. So you can get these guys relatively early on. So when it comes to abilities, these guys don't have anything massively different. So their main difference from raptors is their pounce ability and their bleed. They have one of the strongest bleeds in the game, and I hope it still is. They have a primary attack that hits relatively fast and applies a bleed that can stack. It does percentage based, and unlike a lot of bleeds, you actually can see the damage numbers of the bleed. So you will get kill credit if something dies to the bleed. I'm yet to know if I've yet to test if that works on the boss on this map or any of the bosses. It was Deinonychus in ASC was one of the best boss killing creatures, as that bleed would work on bosses, one of the few bleeds that actually did work on bosses, and it would shred them. So besides that nasty right click, they have quite a big jump and then a pack lore. But their most unique aspect is their right click, which it only works on larger creatures. You'll see a little targeting icon come up in different locations across larger creatures' bodies, for example a Toronto. And when this pops up, you can hit right click and the Deinonychus will jump onto it and latch onto it and then start tearing chunks of flesh off of the creature that you have targeted. This will drain your stam really quickly, so I don't advise doing it a ton, but it is a really cool and terrifying move that they can do. They can also do something similar with cliffs and trees to a Thyla. They can jump onto walls and just kind of latch there, or they can just kind of do a series of jumps to scale cliffs, which is very useful in Valguero, as there's literally an area called the White Cliffs. So this is where all their abilities ended on ASC. And this next thing, I have no idea if this is a glitch or if this is intended. It's pretty crazy. So their jump was always quite nice. You went pretty far, and they never took fall damage, no matter how high they fall, which was one of their benefits to traversing the landscape. But they may have done an oopsie. So they added a terror bird glide to their jumps when you're holding space in the air. When paired with your jump, which you can already charge up, you go really, really high. I'm talking, you become essentially a really small Maywig, how far you can jump and glide. There's no way they meant for it to be like this because of how busted this is. You can literally turn your Deinonychus into Superman. Compared to ASC, where you could jump a decent distance. They had a pretty nice jump. No, you can just fly. And you can bunny hop these jumps to go even farther. I would use it as much as possible before it potentially gets patched out. Anyways, that is the Deinonychus, if you were unaware of what it could do, or if you didn't know about this new busted ass thing that it can do. They can just straight up fly. So yeah, have fun with that.